In this video, I'm going to be talking you through all the wonderful activities and things you can do in the Jungfrau region, which is one of the most beautiful mountainous regions in Switzerland. And I'm also going to be showing you how you can easily spend 3 to 4 days in this region and how to make the best use of that Jungfrau Pass, which you can purchase using the QR code here or the link down below in the description. So do make sure to subscribe to our channel as we appreciate all your support. First up is Grindelwald. The train journey to Grindelwald from Interlaken is breathtaking and covered in the Jungfrau Travel Pass. All the train travel in the Jungfrau region is actually covered in your pass. The funicular ride from Grindelwald village all the way up to the top is also included. Just these activities are not included, so you have to purchase the first activity separately. But that does not stop you from using the pass to do this cliff walk, which is included and free, and it also includes quite a terrifying walk over a bridge. You can also do a hike from here to the famous Battersea Lake. There are also some very interesting and thrilling activities that you can do apart from just doing this walk, like the one here, which is the first flyer. Though these activities are not included in your Jungfrau Travel Pass, you can purchase an adventure package for around 56 CHF to do all of these activities. So starting off with the first flyer, this is usually the first activity that you do, and then you go on to doing the first glider, which is this amazing glider that takes you right to the top. You stop there for a few seconds and then it brings you right to the back. So very thrilling activities. This one has to be my personal favorite. This is the first trotter bike downhill scooter, and this is my favorite activity out of all of the 4 activities that are included in the adventure pack. So firstly, of course, you put on your helmet, you get on your safety gear, and then you get comfortable and basically using the trotter bike go down the mountain. So each time you're doing an activity, you're going down a little bit. So first you go right to the top with the funicular, and then you make your way down slowly. This was just such a beautiful and a thrilling way to come down the mountain, and the best part is you can go as slow and as fast as you like, of course, ensuring you and others are safe. You can then stop over, go to a restaurant or enjoy the views before getting the scooter down. Now this one is quite fast, so I do want to warn you guys, if you're going to get onto the scooter, pretty much everyone we've spoken to have said that this is quite fast, so do make sure that you be safe when you do this, or you can actually choose to walk down and not take the scooter. So another great part about this adventure pack is you don't have to do every activity. Of course, if you want to make the most of your money, then you will want to do it all, but you don't have to do it. Or if you want to leave it part way and do 3, let's say, like we did, and then not do the scooter, you can choose to do that. So we actually did take the scooter on one of the days, and then another day, because we did this twice, we actually did a walk down. So after the trotter bikes, walk down, and there was a beautiful lake there, which just had this beautiful green blue color called Milbach. Probably not pronouncing that right, but it was a beautiful, stunning place. We also walked down and had these amazing views. The walk down was around about an hour and a half, so just bear that in if you're going to walk slow. I believe you might be able to do it in about an hour, but the scooter will probably get that done in about 20-25 minutes. And then there's the place you go and put it back, which is where you get your funicular ride from. So another thing to bear in mind if you are going to go to Grindelwald is do be mindful of the weather. The day we went, which is the clips we showed earlier, was literally the day before this one. So this day, within a day's time, there was snow, there were clouds, and the views exactly weren't the same as day one. Now, if you don't mind that, that is absolutely fine. But if you're someone that's quite picky and wants those blue skies, then just plan ahead and watch for the weather. On day 2, we made it to Jungfraujoch, which is a must-visit place if you are in Switzerland, and it has a famous name for the top of Europe. Now, the first part of the train, which takes you to the Eigerskletcher station, is actually included in your Jungfrau Pass. This funicular ride is not, unfortunately, and you do have to pay extra money if you do want to take the funicular, so you can do that. But either way, both of them take you to the Eigerskletcher, where you have to get onto a train because there is no funicular that takes you right to the top of Europe. However, from the Eigerskletcher to Jungfraujoch, you have to pay around 75 CHF return to Jungfraujoch, which is actually a really great deal considering tickets can cost 350 CHF without the Jungfrau Pass. So you get the cheapest deal with the Jungfrau Travel Pass, and that's why we recommend it so much. Once you get to the top, you actually have amazing views. There's snow all year round, so 365 days a year you will find snow, and you will even see people there going to the glaciers. There are lots of activities to do here as well, like in Grindelwald first, so you can do zip lining. You do have to again pay a little bit more extra for this if you would like to do the activities, but being out on the ground is completely free. Once you have that ticket, you can do snowball fighting, of course. You can just have fun in the snow. You can get a nice cup of hot chocolate, or spend your time in the snow fun park, which includes snow tubing, sledging, skiing, snowboarding, and even the zip lining, as I mentioned earlier. Apart from this, from here you can also go to the highest service hut, which is about a 45-minute walk from here, and it's quite a difficult walk, of course, considering the altitude as well, but you can choose to do that. You can also look at the indoor experiences, like doing the Glacier Plateau walk, which is a short, easy walk with breathtaking views and lots of interesting sculptures as well. And there is a museum inside as well, which includes information. There is an ice palace, which we will show you just in a little bit as well. The ice palace is actually another great activity that's included in your Jungfrau Pass, so make use of it. The ice palace has tunnels carved inside the glacier, so you're literally walking inside the glacier and you're looking at ice sculptures. You're looking at lots of amazing kind of equipments they've made, like a piano, using all from ice, and it's just so amazing to see how they've done this inside a glacier, and it's just an unforgettable experience. Other things you can do at the top of Europe that do not include an extra price and are absolutely included and for free in your Jungfrau Travel Pass include going to the Sphinx, which includes a panoramic viewing platform over the glacier and also the surrounding peaks. You can also walk outside on the glacier itself, which would be the plateau, and you can go to a Lind chocolate store, which I believe is the highest Lind chocolate store in the world. but someone can correct me if that is not right. You can also go to a buffet restaurant there, which I believe is a vegetarian a restaurant, and you would of course have to pay extra for the food, and you will have to pay extra for the Lind chocolate store, but you can go and have a look, and if it is appealing you can definitely have it, and if not, then just make sure to bring some snacks, maybe sandwiches with you, so you can eat some lunch. Just a warning that Jungfraujoch can get really busy, so if you want to avoid, well, I don't know if you can avoid crowds, but if you want to do that as best as possible, go first thing in the morning, or go in the evening. We prefer going first thing in the morning, and we often see that there are actually less crowds. The busiest we see it is usually around in the afternoon, midday. Once you've made the full use of your day or half a day at Jungfraujoch, then you can actually do another activity and go to another place to make the full use of Jungfrau Travel Pass. And we do this as well, and this is why we recommend going first thing in the morning. You do get free chocolates on the way back, which is quite pleasant. So we go there first thing in the morning, and then we head on to doing the Manichen hike, which is a very easy hike. You get the train back to Eigerskletcher, and then you go to the village Wengen. You can spend some time there, and then you get a funicular, which is again included in your Jungfrau Travel Pass, and you get the funicular, which is only about a 5 to 10 minute ride, I would say, with amazing views of Brunan, Wengen, and you make it to the top to a place called Manichen. I'm probably not pronouncing that right, but here you start off your hike with greeting lots of cows. They're all over the place there, and you can pretty much spend some time here, spend some time with the cows, or you can spend some time in the park that they have there, which is kind of called an alpine park. Great for kids and also great for adults as well. There is no age limit on this park, so definitely make the use of your time there. There's like a bowling area there as well, which you can spend as much time as you want. So we actually stopped here and did some bowling. We went down the slide. We also just stayed here to have a bit of a picnic, so we had some sandwiches with us, and we sat down and ate some food, and then we just continued on with our hike, which is pretty much flat for most of the path, and the views are all on the left hand side. So you'll see lakes, you'll see Grindelwald, and you'll also see lots of mountain peaks as well. At the end of your hike, you will see a restaurant which is right next to the train station that will take you back to Wengen and then back to Brunan as well, if you like, and then make your way to whichever village or city you're staying in Switzerland. We highly recommend staying in the Jungfrau region, again, to make the best use of your Jungfrau Travel Pass. The views from the train are just incredible. We just couldn't stop looking outside of the window. And a reminder that all train travel in the Jungfrau region is covered in your Jungfrau Travel Pass, and that's why we highly recommend that you make the best use of this. On day 3, we made it to Sychinge Platte, which is again another panoramic train journey that you can do, and that is included in your Jungfrau Travel Pass. Now, if you're going to do this train journey just for half a day trip, it's really not worth it. We highly recommend spending the entire day there, especially because the last train back down is around quite early in the evening. evening, and the train journey up there is a good 50 minutes or so. So if you're going to go there up for 50 minutes, come back down for 50 minutes, really spending 2 hours there is not going to be worth it. The good thing is that this is famous for panoramic views of Eiger, Monk and Jungfrau. There is also views of Lake Thun, Lake Brins. Over here you can do many hiking trails. There is 1 hour loop hike, which is pretty easy and also includes great views, and of course there are the more famous ridge hikes as well that you can do, but they might be just a bit more tricky and for more experienced hikers. There is a restaurant here as well. There is an Alpen garden which is included, so great thing, you don't have to pay for really anything extra here apart from the dining. You can even experience some Alphon performances outside the mountain hotel. Next up is Interlaken. You can spend a couple of hours just walking around Interlaken and looking at the busy town because it is always busy, or you can make the most use of your Jungfrau Travel Pass by getting the funicular right to the top of Harder Kullum. Now Harder Kullum is a local mountain of Interlaken rising to 1,322 meters, and it's the most popular viewpoint directly above the town. And as I said before, your Jungfrau Travel Pass does include the ticket price, includes a ticket to this funicular. Now you can get here by going literally to the Interlaken off station. It's just about a 10-minute funicular ride up to Harder Kullum, and this runs from late April to late November. Once you get to the top, there is a viewing platform with 2 lakes bridge. There is a glass bottom platform with views of Lake Thun, Lake Brins and the Eiger, Monk and Jungfrau trio. There is a restaurant, the Harder Kullum restaurant, which serves traditional Swiss cuisine with panoramic terrace. There are evening visits for sunset dinners as well, and this is one of the very few funiculars actually that runs till the late evening. So if you're someone that likes to see a nice sunset, then this will definitely be the place. There are also hiking trails that connect Harder Kullum with the other peaks, but again, these are a little bit more tricky and maybe more for experienced hikers, so do plan your hiking trips in advance and have a look at how easy or hard it is, and if it's definitely something you would like to do, or you can just enjoy and have a nice drink at the restaurant and overlook these breathtaking views. As I said before, you can definitely spend some time in Interlaken itself, either before or after you go to Harder Kullum. This will be kind of a half-day activity, so really you have plenty of time to do some exploring and again make the best use of your Jungfrau Travel Pass. Up next is Brunan, located in Bernese Oberland near Interlaken. So you can definitely do half a day trip in Interlaken and then half a day trip in Brunan. This is a U-shaped glacial valley with steep cliffs, alpine meadows and waterfalls. And you have probably heard of Brunan. If you have heard of Switzerland, then you would have heard of Brunan, because this is one of the most beautiful places in Switzerland, which has lots of waterfalls. The most famous famous one being Starbuck Falls, which is 297 meters waterfall cascading over a cliff right by the village. You can definitely spend some time walking around the village, going to Brunan Falls as well. You can do hiking, biking, you can even do paragliding here. If you would like to make more use of your Jungfrau Travel Pass, then the next place to be will be Lake Thun. Lake Thun is a great place where you can get a scenic cruise between Thun and Interlaken, which stops at beautiful places like Spitz as well. You can sit by Lake Thun and have some food, have a picnic. You can even do some water activities there. Now, your Jungfrau Travel Pass does include the cruise between Thun and Interlaken West, and you can also visit other places like the castles there, and you can combine this trip with Hardekulum. There you have it. We hope this video has given you a good insight on why buying the Jungfrau Travel Pass using the QR code will be beneficial and saves you money. So we hope you enjoyed watching this video, and do remember to subscribe to our channel and do like this video if you found it to be helpful. We can't wait to see you in the next one.